This blackened city was within me. See, it was me. It took me a while to learn that. I stood on the fringes of the city and I closed its gate. Closed it on the whispering shadows. And at the center of this city was a fortress. That fortress is what trapped my shame, as I came to discover when I dug up some old memories. In the distance, I saw an army amassing behind a symbol of flame. It was a rebellious thing. It was an enlightening thing. It was a powerful thing. See, power exists to serve the living and never to rule over them. Power wielded without control is an abominable thing. It's an accursed thing. And cursed things shall find no rest in this world or beyond this dimension. And as he's talking, he's cutting edges into his chest down towards, he's just below his sternum now. And it looks like the backside of a bird with its wings spread. So half of that bird is now cut into his chest. It looks like the wings are flame marks. You see, after this dream, I found something. I found a cause. This cause is all there is now. To find your own path in the darkness, to help others find their path when they cannot see. There is no greater devotion to family, Anthony, than to bleed for them. There is no better death than to fall in the protection of them. And he slams the dagger into the table beside him. I'm a pathfinder. The flames guide me. And you can be my brother. It's your choice to want to find the path. And then he leans in. But don't be mistaken. If you veer off this path and turn to darkness, if you risk my family, fire guide me, because I will find you, and I will murder you. There would be nothing left but ashes. The strong weren't put here to control the world, Anthony. They're put here to protect the weak. You lived the wrong life. You let that life define who you became. But I stand here, all I see is a bully who threatens people to hide his own insecurities. I see someone who found a false family to replace the one that he never got the luxury to have. 6 killed in the tower, 3 killed at the concert. Team Rocket was willing to kill a child. If you're not the kind of person who would kill a child, why would you support the kind of family that would? I'm giving you an option right now. I'm revealing a path to you. Power exists to serve the living and never to rule over them. See, in a world filled with beings, powerful beings, the realm of possibility isn't limited to the mundane. That doesn't define restrictions. You need to believe in something deeply enough so that you can transform the mundane into the profound. Dark ghost fire. Fire to light the darkness. This body is a vessel, and I believe that fire is my future. Chase sits down on the chair, and the chair actually starts to smolder as it starts to, licks of flame start to come off of the wood of the chair.
Huh?
I know, right?
I know. Out of character.
Chase puts his hand on Anthony's chest. You have a choice to make here, Anthony. I would bleed for family. I bleed so that I don't have to make you bleed. Would you bleed for family? His hand starts getting hot and actually starts burning Anthony's chest. If Anthony has any, out of character, if Anthony has any sort of thing that Cassandra has where she can detect
I
things,
also want to know.
now would be the time to do it.
Like to detect what kind of abilities you're using?
It's definitely an ability. It's fire-based.
Yeah, I mean, if it starts to burn him, he's going to not like yelp in pain, but he's going to flinch slightly. And he's going to, pull back. Now, are you following him? Because...
No, he's still seated, but I won't follow him if he falls back. If he flinches a little bit.
You're sitting here saying you want to be my brother, and you sit across from me, cutting yourself. Give me threats if I don't follow this path. Your path, might I say. Not my path. Your path. Giving me threats, even though none of the members of Team Rocket, besides that one individual that you said was stupid enough to threaten a little child, have done quite the opposite of. And you think that's supposed to win me over? You think that's supposed to tell me what family is?
Oh, I've only gone halfway.
You are a nutcase.
He pulls the dagger off of the table. And he holds on to the blade end of it and holds the handle at Anthony. There's only half a bird on my chest. The rest is your choice. I'm not making all the choices here, Anthony. If I was making all the choices, you'd be dead before you got to the van. I gave you a choice to walk out of there. You got the free will all along the way. I didn't PB&J you. You were given all the free will. You were given all the free will you deserved. I agree with you. Don't wear that goddamn pin. Don't. If you're gonna wear a pin, wear a black one. Take control of it. Own it. Take that power into your hands and become something better. So I'm sitting here in front of you, bleeding now for you. Because I want you to join me. I want you to start something with me. And I want you to be my first.
There's many bad things that you say about Team Rocket. One thing they never did was define my path. They encouraged me to find my own. You are trying to get me to follow your path.
No, I'm telling you that a flame is lighting the way, and it's revealing a path before you. You can choose to walk down it any way you like after this evening is over. What you decide when you walk down that path, if you come and threaten my family, if you turn to the darkness, I will murder you. Those are the rules. The path is there for you to do something good with your life. There are wild and bad Pokemon beyond this wall. Help the people. That's what I want to start. Not Team Rocket. They're not out to help people. But if you know anyone at Team Rocket that can also be shown a path, that can follow a path where people can believe again, I'll be here for you and I'll back you up. I'll hide you. I'll protect you.
I think you're confused. I have a path. I've been on a path. And believe it or not, the path has nothing to do with you or your family. I don't want to hurt you or your family. My path has nothing to do with that. If that's what you want to hear, and if that's all you care about, then let me walk it.
Why did you join Team Rocket then? I don't think you made that choice as a child.
I joined Team Rocket because I wanted to rid this world of horrible Pokemon, which has nothing to do with you or your group as far as I'm concerned. Nothing to do with you.
As soon as Team Rocket threatens the lives of human beings, their mission is no longer about powerful Pokemon. I am saying I would like to help you start something where the mission is strictly about protecting people from powerful and dangerous Pokemon.
Well, let me make a suggestion to you. If you're trying to earn favors with someone, you should probably be nicer to them. I would rework your presentation or your whatever. Because
Are you bleeding right now? Have I cut you? Have I broken any of your bones?
No, but that's exactly the point. You're sitting here putting things on flame, cutting yourself, bleeding all over the place. And they say that Team Rocket is a cult. I'll tell you one thing. If I'm trying to make friends, the last thing I'm going to do is freaking out somebody by cutting themselves and burning stuff all over the place.
This is freaking you out? You kidnapped a middle-aged lady. You took her from her family. Your family shoots into open spaces and puts bombs in civilian buildings. I'm freaking you out?
You're a nutcase. Yes. If you wanted me to be honest with you, yes. Before this day, I had no interest, I had no issues against you or anyone in your group. Right now, though, you're making it less convincing that someone like you is safe in society either.
I never claimed to be safe for the society, but I do claim to want to protect it. I can't say the same for you. I'm going to let you walk, Anthony. I'm going to propose this to you. You tell me what your mission is. You tell me how I can help you with that mission. You start something up like Team Rocket again. Ashes, Anthony.
My mission currently is to survive and to live my life. Right now, with Team Rocket gone, there isn't much left for me there, is there? So I don't have much interest in going back to Team Rocket if that's what you're worried about. Another path has to open up for me now. Whether I like it or not, that's been my entire life. Something comes along and I hang out for as long as I can. And when that bridge is burned, I'm forced to go find a new path.
Chase looks around. This is my home. You don't think I know what it's like to survive? You think I have it better than this? This is my home. You're in my living room. I was an orphan. Orphanage burnt down. 12 kids gone missing. I've been running for 14 years. Escaping some project that wants me. People doing tests on people. Psychics interfering with the lives of people and their free will. You have a power that can be used for good. I understand how it can be used for evil. I'm going to stop people like you, but I'm giving you a choice so that I can start trusting myself. I'm going to start that by letting you go. And I'm going to trust that you turn to the right side.
Fine.
He still has the knife handed to him, and he's like, finish the bird.
He turns to you and says, no. I'm not gonna just cut you just because you say that you want me to cut you. If all you want me to say is that you don't want me rejoining Team Rocket or doing any of that stuff, you don't want me hurting people, fine, I'll say that. But I'm not cutting into somebody's flesh in order to seal the deal. I'm not a nutcase. That's not my path. I don't do things like that.
You took me over and you made me hit one of my family.
Yes.
That's not your path. Control people and make them do things against their will.
It's called self-defense.
So is trying to get a kidnapped person back from a base of terrorists.
They had their reasons. She abandoned the organization. If she had played her cards differently, she and her mother would have left out of that base without any issues. We had no intention of hurting her mother at all. Regardless of what happened, she was going to be fine.
So what you're telling me is that you're okay living years with a family that would force someone to stay as part of the family, yet you can sit in front of me and tell me that you're feeling forced now for me to get you to join a good cause?
If it was for their own good, yes. If it was
Cassie,
to prevent bloodshed, yes. If it was to prevent someone from getting physically hurt, yes.
So Cassie staying with Team Rocket was going to prevent people from bleeding, from dying?
That would have been better than the alternative, yes.
How exactly does that work?
She would be alive for one, and she would be happy.
Cassie chose to be alive and happy without Team Rocket. Why couldn't they let her go?
She didn't inform them that she was abandoning them. She deserted them.
So they were controlling her like they're controlling you still. Brainwashing you. Dominating you and your thoughts. Where you think these things are okay. You think those...
Families have rules, Chase. She broke the rules. She went in knowing what the rules were, and she broke them. What do you say to a child who you've told what the rules are and repeatedly break them? Do you not reprimand them or punish them? That's not good for the child either, because you basically tell the child it's okay to break the rules. What happens when someone from your team agrees to do something and they turn around and don't do it? Or what happens if you just don't tell them anything and you just hold secrets from them and decide to pull some stunts without telling the group that you're going to be doing that to them? What happens when you don't communicate with them? That's what Cassie did. She didn't communicate. Do you communicate with your group, Chase? What kind of a family do you think you have? Sounds like to me that the person that you should be sitting here on this side of the chair is you, just as much as me. So I don't have to finish that bird, Chase. It sounds like you have to finish it yourself.
All right. We're going to be creating rules then, huh? Family rules. So you've abandoned your family. What are they going to do to you?
If I wanted out, I would have let them know.
You're going to run now. You're telling me you're not going back to Team Rocket. Pretty sure that's abandoning your family. What are they going to do?
That base is done. My family is gone. There's no one to report to.
I think they're all arrested and they're still around.
Yeah, they're arrested.
And if they get out, what are you going to do? You gonna give up your freedom?
If they are arrested, there's nothing I can do. If they get out, it's not my fault if I've at that point moved on with my life. The organization is done. Are we done? I think I've said everything that you wanted me to say, and I think I've addressed all of your concerns.
Yep, you have. We're done after we go for dinner. When he puts on his shirt and throws Anthony's shirt at him.
He looks at you again. It's on you. You are a nutcase.
That's it. They get dressed for
Okay.
dinner.
Where are you guys going?
There's an
Where are you
awesome
guys-
deli just down the street.
Oh, so nice. So sweet.
Will there be candles?
Are you bandaging yourself up? Chase?
Yeah, you're kind of bloody.
Now he's just gonna burn it.
It's fine.
Also, how is he burning it? Or for the vlog?
Hmm.
Okay, for the
Leave
vlog.
it at that.
Yeah, for right now, we're gonna definitely say that you've got several injuries. I would put on.
Oh
like,
no, he definitely has injuries.
he definitely has several more injuries. I would have put at least 2 more injuries after that.
Okay,
At
speaking of
least.
injuries, now that I got reminded of it, before we left Pewter, I know Tiffany would have treated at least one of Noir's injuries and done bandages. So that should be 2 gone. Did Cassie do any healing on her as well? Riz?
Not at this point in time, but it very well could happen that night.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Molly left before she had a chance to, so sorry. Okay, more just so I keep track of how many times I've used first aid expertise in a day. All right. I doubt Chase would man up and say, hey, heal me. Didn't think so. Okay, date time, let's go. Lux is back in his hoodie. Life is good.
Could have gone worse.
Molly, did you want
Yeah.
to do something?
Yes. After dropping Madison off at her apartment, she's actually gonna give Alicia a call. And
Good.
I'm gonna say by now that Alicia is finished with work or whatever she needs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's
Hello?
gonna call Alicia.
Molly.
Alicia, it's okay. Let me just say that it's okay. I'm okay.
Oh, thank Arceus. You had me worried.
I know. I'm sorry. So, do you have time? I'd like to see you.
Of course. Yes, definitely. Do you want me to go over there, or should I meet you someplace else?
I can. Could I come over? Actually.
Sure. Yes, of course. Have you eaten?
Not yet, actually. And Molly, at this point, Molly's stomach, I think, audibly growls. Like she is just now realizing how hungry she is.
Oh,
Oh,
well, I'm sure. Let me go ahead and make something for both of us to enjoy then.
Okay. Thank you. I'll see you soon.
All right. All right.
And
I'll be here.
I'm assuming that Molly knows where she lives and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm assuming
Yeah.
she knows, like, first of all, are you an omnivore or are you vegetarian? I don't
she's
remember.
Molly's an omnivore,
Okay.
but kind of part-time vegetarian. So
What are some of the things that she likes to eat? Does she like fish? Does she like beef? Does she like, I mean,
she likes fish. She likes fish.
okay.
I don't think she would like eating. I don't think
Red
she would
meat.
like eating red meat.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
Okay, cool. I was thinking along the lines of fish anyway. All right.
Yeah.
So you'll arrive. I'll say that you and Bullet get to her house or her. I'm gonna say that she has a townhouse. It's a really nice townhouse,
all right.
and you'll knock on the door and she'll open it, and she's still dressed in her. No, she wouldn't be. I think she's now dressed in a nice like light blue-gray sweater and like a skirt, just below her knee, like a nice skirt below her knee,
Okay.
and some pumps.
Yeah, so Molly is actually still wearing her stealth clothes from
Oh.
Team Rocket, and she's actually she definitely smells like she's been in a firefight.
Oh gosh, okay.
She's got burns. She's got burns, bruises,
Okay.
and she has 2 injuries. I'm gonna say one of her wrists is sprained, and
Okay.
like she probably has like a black eye or something.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So going up to the house, I should also put some more details that her house is actually decorated for All Hallows Eve. So
Oh,
there's like a
nice.
jack-o'-lantern of, um, isn't there like a pumpkin
Yeah,
Pokemon?
Pumpkaboo.
Yeah,
Pumpkaboo.
yeah. She's got some pumpkaboo jack-o'-lanterns like
Yeah.
on her porch. Anyway, and she opens the door and the inside of her house is lightly decorated for All Hallows Eve. And she's gonna look at you and she's saying, "Oh my goodness, Molly, you you look like you've had quite a day."
Something like that. Yes. I'm sure. I think it looks a lot worse than it is. I promise.
Come in, she says, and you can smell the amazing aurora of fish being fried right
Oh,
now.
nice.
So, I mean, that smells really good. And the TV is on at the news. Um, right now, the news is explaining a new bulletin. Team Rocket base has been ransacked, and so the reporter is right now talking with, of course, Vivienne Kearney. And she is saying, I am very, very happy to report that yes, we have single-handedly managed to take down one of Team Rocket's bases. And she says, I has said when I have taken this office that we would do everything in our power to make the citizens safe, and I am happy to report that this is a giant milestone in that goal. I wanted to give a very good thank you to Lieutenant Jenny and his force of Jennies for arresting and cleaning out that base. And Lieutenant Jenny sort of is, he's kind of standing there, but you kind of get the sense of like, I didn't really do much. I didn't really do anything, lady. Why am I getting all this credit? Like, what's going on? And I think he just sort of nods, but he doesn't respond. It was not just myself, Governor Kearney. Many people helped. And the lieutenant's just being modest, definitely very modest. But rest assured, she says, this is exactly what I was saying. We must all be vigilant. This was a great victory for us. We've won the battle, but the war is still ensuing. So definitely everyone must give their part to be able to bring peace and happiness back to Kanto. And then the news story continues going about all that hullabaloo on the news. Anyone else, if you want to say that you saw the TV news report, it's pretty much going to be all over television. So many of you can see.
You made Kyle's boss happy. Assuming Tiffany's still with Noir, then Cassie, and Mama Pine.
Yes.
Yep.
Yay us! We made the news, kinda, sorta, not really.
Yeah. So.
Can you believe it, Molly? All of the craziness? They actually took down a Team Rocket base.
Molly's kind of she's shaking her head, kind of rubbing her wrist, and she says, so about what I was doing today.
Oh yes, of course, she says, and she mutes the television. Sorry.
Yeah.
What happened? Was this some sort of delivery that went totally wrong?
More like I was picking up something, someone.
Oh,
Rescuing someone
rescuing.
from Team Rocket.
You're kidding. You were in Team...
Molly takes off her bag and she opens it and she shows the armor that she took from Butch and Cassidy.
Molly, what on earth were you thinking going into a Team Rocket base like that? You could have been seriously hurt or worse.
Molly's nodding slowly, and she looks at Alicia, and she doesn't say anything, but tears are starting to form in her eyes.
Oh, I'm so sorry, dear, she says, and she goes up to you and she gives you a hug. She gives you a tight hug.
Molly hugs her very tightly, and she says, I'm sorry. I know it. I know how worried you must have been, and I know how worried you still are about all this.
I mean, you were saying something about what you were doing was dangerous, but I didn't know it was that.
Here, let's sit down. Let's sit down and eat. Maybe I can try to explain.
Good, because I have a lot of questions.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
She's going to, take out the fish, and it actually comes with a nice sauce, a little relish that she made with chopped up onions and tomatoes, tomato-based sauce that she and soy sauce that she
Nice.
puts out. It's very good.
Oh, yeah. So Molly looks
I
at it.
I hope it turns out okay. She says, fish is something that I've been trying to perfect for a while. It's really hard to cook it right. But frying seems to be the easiest way of doing it.
Molly says, "You could come over. You could come over sometime, and I'll try to make something for you."
So tell me what's going on. How on earth did you even know where that base was? How did you get into the base? And my goodness, Molly, what have you been doing this entire time?
How do I even start to explain this? And Molly rubs
Yeah.
her head, and as she does, she flinches because her wrist hurts. And she goes, "Ow, ow."
Oh. Do you want me to get the first aid kit?
Molly says, "I'm." She something like Molly stops for a second, and she looks up at Alicia, and she says, "I'm hurt, aren't I?"
Yes, I think we need to put that on a brace or a sling or something.
No, wait. Okay. Alicia, this is gonna sound crazy, okay? This is gonna sound a little crazy, but humor me for a second, okay?
Crazier
Humor
than
me.
you going to Team Rocket Space?
I'll get to that. I'll get to that in a second. So your family's religious, right?
Yes, my parents in particularly, Palkia and Dialga in particular. Although I've lately been visiting the Temple of Mu often, too.
Okay. Well, what if I told you? What if I told you? What if I told you I've been getting help from the gods? That doesn't make me sound any saner, does it? What if I told you that the gods have been giving me and my friends some kind of mission, and they've been giving us gifts to help us on this mission, and Team Rocket is one of those missions.
Wow.
And what
I
if
mean,
I
I've-
said,
I have heard stories. They do tell us stories of the gods intervening directly to us every now and again when something important is about to happen. So I suppose I didn't know anyone personally who's had actual experience with that, but if you claim that that's the case, then I have heard of such a thing happening before, historically.
what if I said I could prove it to you right now?
I, to be honest, Molly, I don't think you ever have to prove anything to me. But if you want to show me something, I would, of course, be happy to see what you have.
Molly smiles at her upon hearing that she doesn't have to prove it, but upon second thought, she will activate Ho-Oh's gift of healing. And she just watches Alicia while she's doing
She's looking at shock. Oh my Arceus. I've never seen, and she immediately like does the sign. Not this. She doesn't actually do the sign of the cross, but whatever the Mew version, or actually whatever the Dialga version of the sign of the cross is, she immediately does it. I never thought I would actually witness something. Molly, this is a miracle. You are truly blessed.
Well, the gods have given us these gifts to help us, and I'll be honest, in Team Rocket we were very lucky because all their gifts helped us.
I guess I'm not too surprised.
And Molly looks at Alicia again, and she says, I'm sorry I didn't tell you this sooner. It was difficult. It was very difficult to explain, but all of these things that we've done, ever since I told you about the explosion, I told you about going to Castelia City with the lieutenant, all of that has been to try to do what we think the gods want us to do.
And what's that?
I'm not too sure. At first we thought we had to get the Arceus plates. But they keep giving us these gifts even after we fail. I mean, it makes me wonder if that's really what they want from us. But I have to tell you, the next door is the Pearl Door.
Oh.
And I think we're getting help from Palkia next.
Oh.
But here's a problem. Palkia's door leads to Johto.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no.
And you remember what I told you about my foster parents being there.
Oh, Molly.
We delayed going there so we could go to Team Rocket.
She reaches out and she grabs a hold of her hand and she gives it a bit of a squeeze. That must have been very difficult.
It was, and I think I might have gotten the gods mad at us because they actually kicked us out of the dream world.
They kicked you out because you decided to go to help your friend at the Team Rocket base?
No. They kicked us out because I got really angry and I said some things that I think offended them. I didn't mean what I said. I was just really angry and upset, and I felt like I had to blame someone.
I think that's human. I think from time to time we all have done that. At least, well, for those of us who are religious, we've been upset at the gods from time to time, especially when life doesn't hand us what we want.
Yeah. But I'd call today a success. I mean, we were able to rescue our friend's mom. But now, that was just one base. Johto's a whole country. I don't even know if...
Do you think that... I know that you've survived the base and they give you all these gifts, so do you think that you have prepared yourself for going over to Johto?
We still have some preparations to do. We have a lot of things we need to well, a lot of things we need to discuss. I need to talk to the team about some things. I want...
What do you want me to say, Molly? What do you want me to say or do?
Molly smiles at her a little bit. And she says, "You're already helping me a lot just by being here, talking to me. It's not easy to tell someone, oh, I think I have a mission from the gods, and by the way, I have these fun toys that they gave us."
Well, on one hand, I mean, I believe that the gods, if they chose you for a reason. On the other hand, of course, there's a part of me that doesn't want you to go, because it's dangerous. So, what do you want me to say, Molly? Do you want me to support you, or do you want me to try to talk you out of this?
I have to go, Alicia. I mean, my foster parents are there. Do you think they're okay?
She squeezes it. I hope so. I can't guarantee anything, of course. But you know that my parents also left this world as well, not locally, in a distant country, and but my situation and your situation are completely different.
How did you cope with all of that?
At that point, she starts to get a little misty-eyed. Not very well. In fact, I'm still dealing with that baggage to this day.
Molly will take her other hand and cover Alicia's hand on hers.
There's something that I don't want to get into it right now, Molly, but I'm not that great of a person. There's something that I've been very guilty of that I haven't even told my own brother. And it's something that's been haunting me to this day. But it's something that I've had to keep to myself out of respect to my parents. Maybe I'll tell you one day. I just can't right now. I don't even know if I'll ever tell Steven.
You don't have to tell me anything if you don't want to. But I think you're fantastic. I've always thought that.
I appreciate that. I think that's part of me just overcorrecting for something. Something that I know not just did, but am doing right now.
Molly will think about that for a second. She'll just take that in. She'll say, you know, yesterday at the coffee shop, you said that there was something different about me. What was it?
You're pure, Molly. You're very... You know how a pearl is formed, Molly, in the sea?
something about sand.
Yeah, little tiny grains of sand. They're very, very minuscule. And each individual grain might not seem like much, but they start coming together. And they go inside an cloister, for example, and it's irritating at first. But little by little, that irritation starts to form this, I guess, seal around itself. And then over time, it creates a beautiful, beautiful gem, a beautiful pearl. I've seen a lot of people go through my office, and with little grains of sand, you're able to collect more and more out of them, some of the irritations of their life. And if I do my job correctly, they all turn into little pearls in the end. You, however, she says, you in particular, I don't know. Just watching you grow since I've seen you, it's just very inspiring. And you still are. Even a beautiful pearl isn't completely smooth. In fact, that's how a lot of jewelists actually determine a fake pearl from a real pearl. They actually pop a pearl into their mouth because they can feel the grit. A fake pearl is completely smooth. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you go through life completely easy, completely smooth, it's not worth nearly as much as a life that has some irritation, some grittiness to it. It's not worth as much.
Molly's a little taken aback by that at first, and she says, "Wow, I've never, I've never thought of it that way."
I think that your mind is made up, and of course I'm going to be supportive. I may not like it, I may be very worried, but I think that, like I said, I think that whatever you are doing right now is what you should be doing. And if there's anything I can help with you with, just let me know. I'm here for you.
Molly smiles at her. She kind of starts eating a little bit. And Molly looks at Alicia and she says, I still have something I've never told you either.
Oh?
I'd like to show you something, Alicia.
Sure, Molly.
Do you mind going for a ride?
I thought you'd never asked. I think that would be splendid.
I can show you.
Do you trust me?
She's gonna hold out her hand.
Yes. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So she's gonna
It's gonna be Bullet's
actually
turn to hum.
Yeah. So she's gonna let Bullet out of his ball. They're gonna go outside. And Bullet, you remember Dr. Pearl, right?
Grinning, of course, he gives her a little bow.
Why, hello there, Bullet. Your chariot awaits, it looks like, Molly, she says as she pets Bullet, or like rubs Bullet's wings.
Yeah. And she says, Can you believe he used to fit on my shoulders?
He's grown so much over all this time.
And so Molly will help she'll help Alicia onto the saddle, and then she'll get on in the
Okay.
back.
She'll get on.
She'll say, now Bullet, be safe, all right? Be really safe.
Does she actually say really safe?
Hmm?
So not just safe, but really safe?
Yeah, really safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then he won't just take off, but it'll be a much more gradual, much more pleasant, smooth experience.
All right. So you go up,
Mhm.
and as you get higher and higher, Alicia seems to be excited. She shakes a little bit though, and then she clutches onto you tightly.
Mhm.
But she doesn't seem scared, just thrilled. It's like a thrilling experience. So but she's shaking slightly.
Oh, we could scare her if you want.
No. Yeah, she's Molly like holds on to Alicia. She says, "Are you okay? Just let me know if he's going too fast."
Oh, I'm great, she says. Oh, I have not flown on a Pokemon in so long, and Bullet is so smooth. Such a smooth flyer.
Yeah, he is when he wants to be. So Molly is actually Molly wants Bullet to go toward Viridian Forest.
Would
Okay.
they have this? Oh, well, they understand steering and stuff. Okay, yeah, he would.
Okay.
Yep. So they'll land down there, and Molly will
You'll land down there, and as you land, you actually see a group of Clefairy walking through the forest. It looks like they're on their way to Mount Moon right now. And the Clefairy appear to have face paint on. Very All Hallows Eve-like face paint. But they're not gonna mind you unless you mind them. So they're just gonna make their way towards Mount Moon.
Yeah, she's not gonna mind them.
Okay.
And she says, "Wow, I never knew Pokemon dressed up for All Hallows Eve."
I believe for Clefairy, All Hallows Eve is actually very important to Pokemon of the Moon, like Clefairy and Jigglypuff. Apparently they have this big giant festival up on that mountain in Mount Moon every Hallows Eve. It'd be really nice to see that.
Maybe we can go there after this.
Oh, really? You mean for All Hallows Eve?
Well, sure, why not? It could be fun.
I think that would be a great time. I've always wanted to observe the Clefairy and Jigglypuff in their natural habitat, especially on Mount Moon.
Mount Moon. I remember kids used to tease me about having the same last name.
Well, it's a very important mountain. There's a lot of history about Mount Moon and the Pokemon there, although I have to admit, history was something I wasn't very good at back in the day. You probably know more about than I do. Given your namesake, I guess?
Well, probably not, actually, but... So, Molly will take Alicia's hand and lead her into the forest a little bit.
Okay.
And she's looking around. She's looking around at all the trees, and she's looking for a specific tree.
Okay.
And finally, she finds it. And
Okay.
She goes up and she says, "Well, this is the place."
What does the tree look like? And what
It's,
kind of tree it is?
Just kind of a old gnarled tree. It has branches going off on all sides. It's very easy to climb.
Mm-hmm.
So Molly will actually start climbing up some of the branches, and she'll sit on a specific branch.
Okay. She will follow you as well.
Yep. And she sits down, and she looks at Alicia, and she says, "So I think it was about 7 years ago. had just run away from the rays, and that first winter was really hard for me because I tried begging, but there were fewer people outside, and I couldn't find anyone. So I came into this forest one night. And I was hoping to find some berries or something, but they were all out of season, and all of the bug Pokemon had eaten all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I climbed up this tree just trying to find something, and there was nothing, absolutely nothing. And I'm sure you understand what that feels like, just that feeling of despair.
Oh, yes. We all have. Yes.
So in this forest, in this tree, on this branch, I tried to kill myself.
Molly.
I twisted a vine into a noose, put it over my neck, and jumped. Lucky or unlucky, at the time I thought it was unlucky, but I guess I was. It was winter time, so the vine was all dead. It just snapped before I hit the ground. I just lay there, just staring up at the moon. I felt like it was mocking me. I felt like there was something so beautiful in the sky, and it was always out of my reach. But
She wraps her arm around you and holds you very tightly as you continue your story.
yeah, Molly will actually hold her tightly again. But at the time I felt like the unluckiest person in the world, but it's strange. All of those bad things led me to this point. Back to this place where I tried to just finish it. And I'm about to face something that I haven't been able to face. Seeing my foster parents again. But my friends are on my side, and the gods are on my side, and you're on my side. I think I can do it.
I think you can too. What's that saying? Shoot for the stars, aim for the stars, something about the moon, if I remember.
Molly laughs and she says, I'm not very good at remembering those sayings either, but I get what you're saying. And with that, Molly will actually lean in for a kiss.
She will she will return the kiss in the very romantic moonlight. And while you guys are kissing, you'll hear a little and if you were to glance down, you see like a Clefairy was sort of like spying on you guys a little bit and was watching you, and then another Clefairy comes along and whacks the other Clefairy and then drag her away.
Yeah. So, and before we finish that, Molly will also ask Alicia if she wants to go with her to Muse Temple.
I would love that. Absolutely. I should introduce you to one of the sisters there, Sister Chancinera.
Okay. That would be great. My friend might come with us. I'd like to learn
course.
more about stuff. And
Of course, the more the merrier. I would love to.
all right.
In the case would be before Tiffany heads off to go do final contract signing and dinner. She'll flag over Noir and Cassie. Cassie, we need to talk real quick. Turns out your mom knew my mom, who knew your dad. And your dad really knew Wade. You know, the decapitated guy.
Oh, all right. How?
Work acquaintances. Wade went on a lot of your dad's expeditions. He was an adventurer of sorts.
Okay. Well, that's news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I'm monopolizing you. Go socialize with your mom. She's awesome.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
Shoves her
have a
away.
good.
I'll
Whatever
see you in a
you're
little,
doing.
probably a few hours, and then we'll go to my apartment, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Okay, now it's just her Noir. Okay, how stupid was I with the pin comment in the van? Because I was answering honestly. I wasn't trying to be hurtful.
Yeah. I can see it from both perspectives. Like, I understand, like, wanting to know if someone can, like, read your mind or control what you do. Like, that's a reasonable concern. Also, I know what it's like on the others end of the spectrum of things. Well, knowing that you're psychic and knowing exactly what you do makes you a target for people who want to abuse that. And go,
Okay.
you can do this. Why don't you do
Do
it?
I
for me?
owe Anthony an apology the next time I see him?
If you see him? Yes. But rather not see him again, to be honest. Do you feel
We'll
the
see
same
where
way,
that
or-
goes. He's with Chase, and
Yeah,
Who knows?
that could go really badly or really well. I have no idea with
Yeah.
Chase. Like,
I don't either, but he's a survivor if nothing else.
definitely be watching news
Also-
tomorrow. If there's a dead body.
Yeah. So
Ugh.
speaking of, Kyle looked really good
Kyle.
on the news.
Oh, yeah. That was something.
Well, I mean, just in general, he looks really good.
Yeah,
I
I
should
guess
probably check in
arrest
with him soon.
Cassie, I'm guessing. Guess Cassie came back, so she didn't get arrested,
Yay.
and I guess he was
Oh,
involved
that's
since he
a
was
very
standing there.
good point, and I should probably call him after dinner tonight.
Yeah, you went on
Yay!
like kind of date with him, didn't you? Yeah, don't start relationships
Kind of
with
sort of going out.
lies.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The other thing. If I let you into my head, how easy would that be for you?
Sorry?
If I let you into my head, how easy or hard is it for you to read minds? Because I've kind of been sitting on something. I just don't know if it's
Wow.
worth taking to the group or not with Johto coming up.
If it's a concern of yours, it's valid.
Well, it's not like
As
our
any other
death,
concerns
it's
of ours.
just... Yeah.
Okay, if you are willing to let me into your mind, so have a look.
All right. Brings up the memory of Lobel that night in the yard.
So you witnessed that whole conversation.
Yep.
Yeah, you can witness as if you were on the receiving end. So you're seeing it from her perspective on the receiving end.
Oh, Tiffany.
Yeah, that's what I had pre going into the rocket base.
Yeah.
I've talked to
you need a
Trenton
hug?
today. I would not turn one down.
Okay. He gives you a hug.
Hugs back. I talked with Trenton today. He had suspicions,
Go well?
but didn't know. We're at least in speaking terms with it now. I'm going out with his family All Hallows Eve, so at least I'm not being shunned. I have no idea how to approach Lobel, because, yeah,
Yeah.
He's already been
Seems
forced
like
to have a relationship with me. I don't think it's fair to force it further if he doesn't want one.
Are you going to speak to him before you go to Giotto?
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like I already broke the peace by pushing to know about Mom.
It's your mother, though. You deserve to know.
Yeah, I know. I also know it's painful for him.
Yeah.
Well, I really have to go. I have a contract signing. Why am I still here? Okay. So,
Well,
worth
if you need a
taking to the
place to
group,
crash-
do you think? Yes, no, or if not, this is fine.
If you want to tell them, bring it up. But if you don't feel comfortable, then don't. And if you don't feel like speaking to your father before going to Giotto, that's also perfectly valid. Like, I don't know the full context of your relationship with your father. It could be
Complicated, I think, is the easiest explanation.
yeah, and I know a thing or two about complicated parents. My mother wasn't exactly mother of the year.
You haven't really mentioned your mom.
Not much to mention. She kind of walked out when I was 10.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
She was under a lot of stress, so it's understandable, but she never wrote back. She never contacted anyone. She kind of left.
Well,
Really took a toll on my dad.
yeah. Because apparently my mom left my dad too at one point, which is how I got born. I should feel more weirded out. I saw my father decapitated, shouldn't I? I mean, I didn't know it was my father at the time, but
Like, you could. He's might not be your father.
yeah, there's that aspect of it too.
Yeah. Do you want to know?
I think I do. I have no idea how to go about it, but
Okay.
I'm not thinking clearly right now.
Yeah. Well, you should do something that clears your head then.
Sewing. All the sewing. Armor. Yes, I have much armor to make.
Yeah.
I
Do you
can
have
do
anyone
this.
who can help you with that?
I'm gonna ask
Is
Jefferson
it all
dinner
of you?
tonight.
I hope it goes well.
It should.
I feel like not making a whole trip back to your place. You can crash here if you want.
Well, I don't think Cynthia knows how to drive Vespa, so she's gonna have to take the van. I'm gonna take my bike, and then I still have to bring the van back. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if there's a place I could just return it to in my home city. Oh well, one thing at a time.
Yeah,
I-
one thing at a time.
Really do have to go.
Yeah.
You take care of them, okay?
Have a nice dinner.
I will.
I'll try until I can.
Yeah. And we'll proceed to head out.
Okay, so you're gonna go meet Jefferson for dinner.
Unless there was anything with Onair, contract signing, picks up dossiers. Ooh, new clients. Yay.
Yeah,
And
I
on
don't
to
think
dinner.
that there's anything like significant with.
Okay.
with
Didn't think
Odair,
so, just-
although
Just so
Nothing
it does
significant.
happen. Okay.
yes, I would do a scene with Onair. I would do one because we haven't really gotten to do
Seen
much with
her
her.
a
But
lot.
I'm trying to keep things.
Yeah,
But I do
I
want
know.
to keep things moving. He will be waiting for you by the front by the hostess, and of course Jefferson is very snazzily dressed. He's wearing a
course.
designer buttoned-up shirt, and one of the newer things that he has is he's got a nice golden stud that's sort of like on his ear, a single stud that's like on his ear right now, and he's also got a new watch. Apparently, he's got a nice looking watch on, a gold watch. So he sees you and he gives you a smile and says, "Tiffany, you've made it.
I know.
I
I'm
just
sorry.
got us a table.
Oh, great. I am starving.
You look dashing."
Oh, and you look like you got new shiny things. What happened?
He says, oh, I decided I've been in a little bit of a rut lately. I decided to, I guess, pamper myself a little bit.
Ah, obviously.
You know how it is.
Exactly.
And I like shiny things.
I do too! And I try explaining that to people, and they just look at you like you're shallow. It's like, no, I just like nice things.
There's nothing wrong with liking nice things.
I know.
I don't understand.
Some people.
Right this way, ma'am. Sir, the hostess says, and she'll take you over to where you guys can, start. She'll take you to table. Somebody will take your drinks. You and Jefferson will probably go up and get in line to, start putting things in your plates so that you can send it to the grill, and then they actually grill it in front of you. For those of you who've never done Mongolian barbecue before, but